to Innofied, and it's a pleasure having you here in our office. So to all the audience out there, meet Cracker. So Cracker has just visited Innofied office today, and we got a little chance to sit with him and talk a little bit about him. So Cracker, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Cracker, before we start, tell us a little bit about yourself. Your journey as an entrepreneur. When did you start? Any story in particular story that you want to share with our audience?
Well, I don't know if I'll call myself that, but this idea came from when I was working in a hostel, running my own hostel. I've been a backpacker for 14 years and been a hostel owner for 3 years. And in the first 6 months of the first year, this idea came about of rewarding backpackers for recommending hostels. And that's kind of just an idea. But it was a collaboration with me and a friend of mine. His name is Wombat. He's Australian. We met in the States. And between the two of us, we've come up and developed this idea.
Wow. So, behind every idea, I believe there is a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a problem that the world is facing, and then, you come up with an idea to solve that problem. So, what was the kind of problem that you saw in your existing industry, in hostel industry, that you came up with this particular idea?
I don't know if it was a problem. It was just like an added idea to something that already exists. So there are booking platforms that exist in the world. Expedia, Booking.com, Hostel World. They already exist, but what we wanted to do is have a booking platform that rewards backpackers for making recommendations. Now I know there's already a recommendation process in other platforms that exist, but this one was more, we wanted to condense it so it's easy, so I could easily recommend. And every time you make a booking, then that backpacker gets a reward. Not just not just one reward where you've downloaded the app and now you get rewarded $5. This is like every time they book your recommendation, you get rewarded. So it's throughout the lifespan of your traveling.
Wow, perfect. So tell us a little bit about your ideal customer. And as what you said, you're looking for backpackers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying out to help backpackers find out the right hostels.
Yeah.
So if there is an ideal person, a backpacker sitting on the other side of this camera, what do you want to tell him?
Well, we're looking for the cheap-ass backpacker, the one that likes to save money, or make money in this case. So we want them, and if they're a social person, because it's a social app, to go out, tell them about good hostels they stayed in, tell other backpackers about good hostels they stayed in. And the more social you are, the more recommendations people will accept, and the more bookings they'll make, and the more savings that you'll receive, and in the future that will turn into free beds, hopefully. So that's kind of, the plan.
So it is going to turn into free beds. Free beds,
correct.
All right. Now, Cracker, tell me a little bit about the frustration. I mean, you yourself are a backpacker. You have been traveling around the planet for a pretty long time.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the kind of frustration you as a backpacker had with the existing systems like Booking.com and other websites?
It was more actually as a hostel owner. So as a hostel owner, I'm registered on Hostel World and Booking.com. It's the commissions that they keep charging us. When we joined Hostel World, the commission was 10%. Mm-hmm. A year later, it went to 12. 2 years later, it went to 15.
Wow.
And now Booking.com's 15, Expedia's 18 in Croatia.
Wow.
They're slowly creeping up and up. So right now we've come up with a way where it's only 10. I mean, we still have to make commission to pay for our platform, but also there's an option where you can call the hostel direct and bypass us, so we don't make any money at all. So that gives back to the hostel owner. At the same time, the backpacker is also not paying 15%; they're paying a smaller amount, but could also earn some money. And as a traveler, you want to save as much money as possible.
That's
so
right.
the more you save, the more you can invest in traveling to see more of the world for longer. So that's kind of, we're giving back to both communities. We're giving back to the hostel owner and back to the backpacker.
Wow. So now when it comes to the idea of making the backpackers as well as the hostel owners save money, the journey between the idea to execution is a long journey, right?
Yeah.
And it's not an easy journey,
No.
right? And understanding all the technology part, understanding the platform, creating something, out of just an idea, it's not an easy thing to do. So what was your approach, Cracker, when it comes to implementing the idea into a technology?
That's a tough part. I guess the initial idea was just, I'd like to reward backpackers for recommending my hostel. They were just words which I voiced to my friend Wombat, And then Wombat said, that should be an app. So from that, I was like, well, how's that going to be an app? He came up with the whole, he suggested about the recommendation part. The technology we had no idea about. You just write down your ideas and then you try and find a company that goes, oh yeah, we can do that. We can make this happen. We can do this, and this. We'd have no idea about the technology. That's why it's important to find a good company that can come up with ideas or solutions rather than say, no, we can't do that.
That's right. So once you had your idea laid down in a piece of paper, okay, the next big task was to find out people who can implement it, right? The technology partner. So what was your process of finding the right technology partner? Because there are so many other people, entrepreneurs, who have great ideas and they are looking for people on technology partner who can implement those things for you. So can you share your experience when it comes to finding the right kind of technology partner?
You want to know about my journey to get to this point?
Yes, that's right.
My real life journey. So we tried one company, which was my partner's friends. They seemed quite good, but we just didn't get along towards the end. So again, it wasn't about the technology. It was about, I guess, costs. But these guys were reputable. Didn't work out. So then we had to go find a cheaper company with the money we had left over. Again, I had to present it to the person, say, can you do this? Can you do this? Of course, to get the sale, that person said yes. So we didn't really get past the wireframe stage. And then it was you guys. And the most important part was that you guys kept in communication with me, trying to understand the tricky parts, drawing diagrams so I could see how things are going to work. And, it was you guys saying that you're confident enough that you can develop this vision that's in my head if I got my vision out of my head correctly onto paper. Getting it from here to the paper to the phone is tricky.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So what was the point of time when you realized, fine, you know what, you have an idea and it looks like it's going to work out?
I guess when I got to you guys, so after I went to 2 companies, we went to investigate other companies. You guys' communication was good. The people I was dealing with could understand what I wanted to achieve. So when I told them the story and they told it back to me, it seemed like you guys understood what I wanted. So based on that, we narrowed it down to you. And then it was more communication for the last 2 or 3 months, back and forth, until I came here and we finalized, all right, this is it. You understand what I want. Let's see what you got.
Wow, that's an amazing journey. It has been a tough and long journey, right?
It's been a couple of years now.
So it's not easy. So now, Cracker, if I may ask you, what's your vision for the future when it comes to backpacking hosteliers? You see a definite future of this industry?
For backpackers?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the backpackers will never die. The industry is getting bigger. There's more hostels, more people are traveling because it's easy to do so now because of apps, because of the pioneers like Hostel World and Booking.com. You had these, book instant. Everyone could put their hostels or accommodation on a platform. Airlines, you book it online. All these platforms are making it easier.
True.
And now we just want to make it a little bit easier for, I guess, backpackers and hostel owners, and more rewarding as well. So yeah, hostel industry will never die because it's aimed at young people who don't have a lot of money.
True.
So they want cheaper or budget accommodation. And they want more bang for their buck.
Yes.
And a lot of hostels are providing that in certain cities with certain facilities that they have, bringing communities together. I don't think it'll ever die out.
So this community is going to grow big in future.
It's going to go bigger.
Wow, that was interesting, Cracker. That was such a good insight. Any last message to all the wannabe entrepreneurs who are people who are looking to build their own startup, technology startup? Any last words?
For those guys who want to think big, just think big. Write your ideas down and then just try and find people that believe in you. And even if they don't, find a company that does believe in you. That's the most importantly, because it's the company that's going to build your app. If they believe in you and it's a good price, then you got something to aim for.
All right, with that message, thank you so much, Cracker, for coming to our channel. It's a pleasure having you in our channel.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.